Today I am going to discuss the extraction of copper from cuprous oxide. So what are the applications of Ellingham diagram? As you know that Ellingham diagram work on the principle of delta G gives free energy change versus with the temperature. When increasing of temperature, how this Ellingham diagram will work. So today I am going to talk about applications of Ellingham diagram. So what are the applications? Most of the applications of Ellingham diagrams are used in extraction of metals from their metal oxides. So if you look into this general graphical representation of Ellingham diagram, if you look into this, on this y-axis what is taken? Delta, so G gives free energy change. On the y-axis it is taken. So where on this x-axis temperature is taken, start from 0 degrees to 2000 degrees Celsius temperature is taken. And so the graphical representation tells about metal oxide formation. So, and whether the metal oxide formation happens spontaneously or non-spontaneously, it will talk about. If you look at some of the metal oxide formation for copper, so plus oxygen from cuprous oxide, where this the graphical representation delta G gives energy change versus temperature. At a given temperature, the copper will combine with oxygen to form cuprous oxide. So the graph goes in the straight line. The graph will go straight line, and so here the delta G values will be for this cuprous oxide formation towards positive say. And if you look for this zinc oxide formation, if you see delta G gives free energy change is negative. Zinc oxide formation, again it goes towards positive. And if you see aluminium, so if you see the aluminium formation, aluminium oxide. So aluminum oxide, if you see, so delta G gives free energy change is more negative and increases when increasing of temperature. And if you observe for the magnesium, so for the magnesium oxide formation is delta G, so gives free energy change is more negative than the aluminium. And from this, what we can understand, magnesium oxide, aluminium oxides are more stable oxides, we say, because more is the delta G gives free energy change is more is the delta G values, more is the stability of the oxide. So as the temperature increases, then delta G goes negative, means the reduction or the metal oxide reaction will become spontaneous and feasible. So by having the knowledge about Ellingham diagram, so how we apply in the extraction of the metals, like copper, extraction of metal like zinc. So let us look into this extraction of copper from the cuprous oxide. So what is the example? So generally copper is a metal extracted from the copper sulfide ore, where the copper sulfide also having some impurities like iron sulfide impurities will be present. So how the copper extracted from the copper sulfide? So there are several stages are present. Number one is roasting is the major step, and number two is the reduction of the metal oxide, metal oxide present in this extraction of copper from the cuprous oxide. So let us look into this roasting process. Generally in the roasting process is done in the reverberatory furnace. The cuprous sulfide, copper sulfide heated in the presence of oxygen or in the air. So upon heating at high temperature, the CuO cuprous oxide is produced plus SO2 gas is formed. The gas which is released from this heating of this cuprous sulfide, this SO2 gas, once again used in the sulfuric acid manufacturing. So after roasting, once if you get this metal oxide, Cu2O again subjected to reduction process. So here if we want to do the reduction of this cuprous oxide, then we have to choose the reducing agent. If you want to choose the reducing agent, then we have to look into this Ellingham diagram. So in the Ellingham diagram, where will be this copper oxide line is present in this graphical representation, delta G versus temperature of this cupric oxide. If you see, cupric oxide lying almost all, means above the carbon line, or this is the delta G values of this cuprous oxide formation towards positive. So this means what we can understand, from the cuprous oxide easily copper can be obtained, easily we say, because it goes towards the positive delta G values we say. So then, below this copper cuprous oxide, what oxides formations are there? Number one, carbon monoxide plus oxygen here, and carbon plus oxygen to form carbon dioxide formation is there. So then carbon plus oxygen to form carbon monoxide is there. But here if you want to get copper from this cuprous oxide, so just we need low temperature, because cuprous oxide formation delta G values will be towards positive. Then the better reducing agent we take is that carbon is the better reducing agent can be chosen for this reduction process by using the temperature between 500 Kelvin to 500 degrees Celsius to 600 degrees Celsius temperature. Upon heating this cuprous oxide above this temperature, heating the carbon, heating this in the presence of coke. This is coke. So when coke is applied to this cuprous oxide upon heating around this temperature, then we get, copper will get this copper plus carbon monoxide, we will get, or carbon dioxide will get now, copper is obtained by this. But this copper also having some impurities like iron sulfide impurities also present. In iron sulfide also heated, iron sulfide heated to iron oxide plus SO2 gas is obtained. And this iron oxide, when heated with the flux like silicon dioxide act as a flux material, because this is a gong material in the copper. Gong and flux upon heating together they form ferrous silicate, iron silicate is formed. This acts as a slab material, the form of slab that can be removed from the copper. The copper that we get by this reduction is said to be what we call means copper matte. So this copper matte is the impure copper having some impurities like iron oxide, which can be removed by adding silicon dioxide. Then from this again, in this copper also there is leftover cuprous oxide is present, and Cu2S also present. Both will undergo auto reduction upon heating. then we'll get the pure copper plus SO2 gas. You'll be getting pure copper is obtained. This pure copper is said to be blisters of copper. We say this is called blisters of copper. We call that is blisters of copper. Why the copper is called blisters means, so the molten copper, after getting from the reduction, the molten copper has a SO2 gas. That SO2 gas leave the molten copper while cooling. So then on the surface of the copper, so we'll get the holes, leftover marks will be getting. That is to be what we call means blisters of copper. We say blisters of copper, we call that is. So the leftover marks on the copper, after while cooling is said to be, that copper is said to be what we call means blisters of copper. Sometimes you get one more question: what are blisters of copper? What is the copper matte? The copper matte is having the impurities like iron sulfide. So along with the cuprous, along with the pure copper, iron sulfide also present, or ferrous oxide also present. That is said to be copper matte, we say. So here reduction of the cuprous oxide is done with by using carbon reducing agent in order to get the copper, we say. So this is the reduction of the copper. So reduction we say, reduction process of metal oxide we say, and roasting. And if you want to get 99% pure percent of the copper, 99.9% pure copper if you want to get means, then we have to use the method is electro refining process. We have to use electro refining process. We have to use, and by using electrolytic refining process, we get 99.9% of pure copper we can get. So, and by using electrolytic refining process, we get 99.9% pure copper we can get. So, and so in the extraction of copper, pure copper from the copper sulfide, there are 3 stages are present. One is roasting and reduction of the metal oxide, then electrolytic refining process, we say. So this is one application of Ellingham diagram. Based on the Ellingham diagram, so Ellingham graphical representation, we can choose which is suitable reducing agent, which is suitable reducing agent for the extraction of the metal. We'll be choosing at the critical temperature. The temperature at which the metal oxide decompose and the reducing agent will oxidize. The temperature, if you know, then easy to extract the metal, we say. Okay, so that is one application of the Ellingham diagram. So we say application of Ellingham diagram. So then